As I arrived at Coron Island, its natural beauty struck me with awe. The rugged landscapes, crystal clear lakes, and lush greenery were breathtaking. I had heard stories of its enchanting allure, but I had also heard whispers of something darker lurking beneath its surface. My first day was filled with exploration, kayaking in Kayangan Lake, diving among the World War II shipwrecks, and hiking to viewpoints. But as the sun dipped below the horizon, an unsettling feeling crept over me. I brushed it off as fatigue and settled into my accommodations in Coron town. That night, I couldn't shake the sensation of being watched. As I lay in bed, I heard faint whispers, like the wind carrying voices from the depths of the jungle. Goosebumps covered my arms, and I pulled the covers tighter. But the room grew colder, and the whispers intensified. I couldn't make out the words, but they sounded ancient and filled with anguish. In a panic, I reached for the light switch, but the room remained shrouded in darkness. The voices swirled around me, and I felt a chilling presence drawing closer. I fumbled for my phone and turned on its flashlight, illuminating the room. And there, standing at the foot of my bed, was a spectral figure dressed in tattered robes, its hollow eyes fixed on me. I couldn't move, trapped in a frozen state of terror. The figure extended a skeletal hand towards me, and a deafening scream filled the room. It was as if the tortured souls of the island were wailing in agony. I closed my eyes, hoping it was a nightmare, but when I opened them again, the apparition had vanished, leaving only a lingering dread in its wake. The next morning, I checked out of my room and left Coron Island, haunted by the ghostly encounter. The island's natural beauty had been marred by the supernatural, and I couldn't shake the feeling that some ancient, malevolent force dwelled within its depths. The whispers, the chilling presence, and the spectral figures still haunted my dreams, a grim reminder that some places should remain untouched by curious souls like me. As I sailed away from Coron Island, I couldn't help but wonder if the locals' warnings about the island's dark secrets held more truth than I had ever imagined. Some mysteries are better left unsolved, and some places, no matter how alluring, are best left undisturbed. Coron Island was a paradise of lush jungles, crystal clear waters, and hidden lagoons. I had long dreamed of visiting this remote gem in the Philippines. The journey was smooth, and the beauty of the island exceeded my wildest expectations. But little did I know, beneath its captivating exterior, a sinister legend awaited me. The locals spoke in hushed tones about the ghostly white lady who roamed Coron Island. They believed she was the restless spirit of a young woman who had perished tragically on the island. Curiosity got the better of me, and one moonlit night, I set out to explore the haunted side of Coron. I wandered deep into the island's heart, guided only by the soft glow of the moon. The dense jungle seemed to come alive with eerie whispers, and the air turned frigid. My breath misted in front of me, and I felt an inexplicable presence closing in. Suddenly, I saw her, a woman in a flowing white gown, her long, dark hair covering her face. Her presence chilled me to the bone. She moved gracefully, almost floating, and her gaze pierced through my soul. The white lady was real, and I had crossed paths with her. As I watched in terror, the white lady extended a trembling hand, beckoning me towards her. Her voice, like a mournful melody, filled the air, whispering my name. My heart raced, but I couldn't resist her call. A strange compulsion overtook me, drawing me closer to the spectral figure. With every step, the world around me faded, and I felt as though I was entering another realm. The White Lady's tragic story unfolded before my eyes, a tale of love, betrayal, and a cruel I found myself standing at the edge of a deep, dark abyss, the white lady's spectral form vanishing into the depths. It was as if she had led me to the very source of her anguish. I peered into the abyss, and it seemed to stretch endlessly, swallowing all light and sound. In that eerie silence, a realization dawned on me. The white lady sought closure, and she had chosen me as her conduit. I had to uncover the truth of her tragic demise and bring her peace. With a heavy heart, I left the abyss and returned to Coron town, determined to unveil the secrets that bound her spirit to the island. The days that followed were filled with research, interviews, and visits to the island's oldest residents. Slowly, a tragic tale emerged. The white lady had been a young Tagbanua woman who had fallen in love with a foreigner. Their forbidden love had led to betrayal and tragedy, leaving her spirit restless. Armed with this knowledge, I returned to the jungle, my heart heavy with the weight of the white lady's story. I reached the abyss once more, and there she stood, awaiting me. With trembling hands, I spoke of her lost love, the betrayal, and the pain that had bound her to Coron Island. As I shared her story, the abyss seemed to respond. Shadows danced, and a gentle breeze rustled through the trees. The white lady's form began to fade, her mournful visage replaced with an expression of serenity. She nodded, as if granting forgiveness and offering gratitude. With one final, ethereal smile, the white lady dissolved into a soft, radiant light which spread across the abyss and the jungle. The oppressive presence that had gripped the island for centuries lifted, and I knew her spirit had found peace at last. I left Coron Island with a sense of fulfillment, knowing that I had played a part in setting the white lady's spirit free. The beauty of the island remained unchanged, but now it held a different kind of magic, a story of redemption and the release of a tormented soul. Coron Island, a place of pristine beauty by day, harbors a sinister secret that only reveals itself when the sun dips below the horizon. It was supposed to be an idyllic vacation. The turquoise waters lured us in, promising adventure and relaxation. The shimmering lakes and lush jungles seemed like paradise, but as night fell, I couldn't help but feel an unsettling chill in the air. As the moon cast eerie shadows over the island, we decided to explore the nearby Shipwreck Bay, a place rumored to be cursed. A local fisherman had warned us about it, but we dismissed his words as superstition. We ventured into the darkness, our flashlights cutting through the inky blackness. The rusted hulks of long-forgotten ships rose from the depths, their twisted metal skeletons appearing otherworldly. Suddenly, a bone-chilling wail pierced the silence. We froze, our hearts pounding in our chests. The cry seemed to come from the very depths of the bay, a mournful lament that echoed through our souls. Our nerves on edge, we continued deeper into the bay, determined to unravel the mystery. That's when we felt it, the unshakable sensation of being watched. Shadows danced at the periphery of our vision, but when we turned to look, there was nothing there. An unsettling feeling of dread settled over us, and we couldn't shake the notion that something malevolent lurked just beyond our sight. We pressed on, the weight of an unseen presence pressing down on us. As we ventured farther into the bay, our flashlights revealed a shipwreck unlike any we'd ever seen. It was enormous, its hull covered in strange, pulsating patterns that seemed to writhe and shift. The air grew thick with an otherworldly presence, and our breath came in ragged gasps. I approached the wreck cautiously, drawn inexplicably toward it. The moment my hand touched the cold, metallic surface, a searing pain shot through me, and I was flooded with horrifying visions, ancient, eldritch horrors that should have never seen the light of day. I stumbled back, trembling, my forever scarred by the unearthly encounter. Terrified and shaken, we fled Shipwreck Bay, vowing never to return. But the horror didn't end there. Each night, as we lay in our bungalows, we heard the mournful wail echoing through the darkness. It followed us, a constant reminder of the malevolent force that dwelled on Coron Island. We left the island as quickly as we could, our hearts heavy with the knowledge that we had glimpsed something beyond human comprehension. Coron Island may have appeared as a paradise in a day, but beneath its serene facade lay a nightmare that would haunt us for the rest of our lives. And so, my visit to Coron Island became a tale of terror, a memory I could never escape. The island's beauty concealed a darkness that defied explanation, and I was left with a chilling understanding that some places are best left unexplored, their secrets forever hidden in the shadows of the night.